Hey, this is the original Victory 204 arrow called the RIP. Let's see how it holds up against everything else. Hello and welcome back to PodiumArcher.com. MFJJ here, reviewing another set of arrows. This is the Victory RIP 204 arrow, the standard arrow that they came out with way back when. They're available in 3 straightnesses. You can get them in a 1, a 3, and a 6. We're reviewing the ones as we try to do with everyone else's premium arrow. They came out with a 250 spine in it available this year, although I don't have the specs on it because they haven't updated their website yet. But it is available in a 250, a 300, a 350, a 400, or a 500. For our F.O.C. measurements and trying to hit a particular percentage, we are using a 300, a 300 spine arrow, 28 inches. In this instance, we're actually using a 60 grain steel insert because that's what actually comes with the arrow. So it comes with a stock 60 grain steel. And we had to put a 125 on it to get it to weigh out at over 15%. I want to say with 100, it was like 13.7, so it wasn't quite there. So that was a 460.4 grain arrow, 60 grain insert, 125 grain tip, 15.5% F.O.C. These arrows retail for $159.99. That includes the steel insert. That's part of it. Okay, so 160 bucks for a 1000 straightness arrow with the extra weight. If you compare that to everything else in a 1000 straightness, that is actually the least expensive arrow that we can find. So it's pretty impressive. But let's see how they hold up as far as straightness and weight. Once again, just a random 12 that's taped shut. Cut them open. The one thing I do absolutely despise, and Victory does it on all their arrows, is that they have the insert sitting on the arrow and they're a pain in the butt to get off when you first pull them out and they're all attached. You kind of got to do this thing, try to get them to fall off, and then hope none fall out when you pull them out like that. But outside of that, can't really complain. All right, let's see what we got here. These here. Thank you. All right. Okay, that back end's moving a little more than a thou. 1. That arrow's perfect. That arrow's perfect. That arrow's perfect. That arrow's not. That back end's more than a thou. Glass. 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 If you don't know, I mean glass, it means it would roll across a piece of glass and not move, or it's perfectly straight from stained glass. That one's glass. That one's moving a little bit. Probably a little more than a thou. That one's perfect. Little more than a thou. So 4 out of 12 I would say aren't quite a thou, but I don't think there's one of them in there that's worse than 2 thousandths. One thing that we should say about all Victory arrows, and I don't believe other ones are done this way, but Victory is all spine aligned. And what that means is the weak spot of the arrow is indicated on the shaft. So where it says spine aligned, there's this little marking right here. That says spine aligned. That's where you put your cock feather when you fletch them. So rotate your nock to where your cock feather lines up with that so they come out the same way. That's a feature that all Victory arrows have. Even their cheapest one is labeled that way. So makes it nice when you're trying to make perfect arrows. Let's see what our weight's like. Now these are a bundled 12 and they are all weight matched. So I'll be surprised if we end up outside of a grain, but we'll see. Oops. There we go. 282.9. 281.5. Well, looks like we're already outside of it. 283.3. 282.9. 283.3. 282.9. 281.9. 282.7. 282.3. 282.7. 281.9. Last one. 282.6. Okay, so our worst one's 283.3, and our worst one here is 281.5. So that's a bit much. That's 1.8. However, let me look here real quick. If you took away the worst one, it would be a grain. So they probably got one in there they shouldn't. Where's that package at? Sometimes they do send these with a greater variance, but that says it's within one. So yeah, that's a little outside of it, unfortunately. That's too bad for them. Shouldn't have done that. 1.8, but relatively straight. And if you're wanting to go to a 15% FOC and you're trying to do it with the least amount of money possible, you're going to have a really hard time not going this route because it comes with a heavy insert already for the $159.99 price. So something to strongly consider. We do sell these on the website, so head on over to podiumarcher.com if you're interested in this arrow. They also do make it in a 3,000ths and a 6,000ths if you don't want to break the bank on a 1,000th. I want to say the 6,000ths are like 120 a dozen or something, which is real reasonable. And they still come with the steel inserts in them, so you're still getting that extra front FOC on an insert that isn't going to bend. I really strongly encourage you to use some kind of a steel insert to avoid bending when you hit things hard. Let us know what we're not looking at or not testing that you want to see tested. I read the comments, so please comment down below. Make sure to follow along the YouTube and the Instagram. We'll give you little clues of what's coming on Instagram, and when stock changes on the website or we get something that we've been out of, we'll always post it there so you get first crack at availability and know it's coming. Let me know what you guys are looking for information-wise and what we're not providing, but I appreciate all the support and all the attention we've been getting. It's been really good, and hopefully we'll keep giving you the information that you want to see to help you make educated decisions on your purchases. Thanks for checking us out.